made to last. My name is Brian. My wife Stephanie. Conversations about marriage, family relationships, parenting. All right, so the topic for today is talk about the tension of just kind of watching our kids grow up. Like, I know you, let's talk about that for a little bit.
Oh, it's so sad.
I know you're sad. I feel sorry for you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're sad too.
Well, I'm sad. So our kids, we have 3 kids. We have a 21-year-old, a senior in college. We have a freshman in college. And then we have a 10th grader in high school. So it really is a unique season for us if we kind of watch our kids. I mean, the whole goal of parenting really is to help them become independent, right? I mean, that's the goal, for them to be independent. And so it is kind of this tension watching them as they do move to independence, right? As one starts looking for jobs and next steps, grad school, all that kind of good stuff. And then one is kind of entering college, and then a high school student, he's learning how to drive. So we're teaching him how to drive now. Hopefully he'll be driving come November. So I mean, it's crazy watching. So, but watching her, you know, so let's talk about one piece, right? Our son, I drive him, right? I drive, he drives, and I ride every morning to school. Then I bring the car back, and then she takes him and brings him back. And so the first couple of weeks, I said, "Baby, has he driven home yet?" She said, "No, he's tired. I just drive him home. I want to drive him home." I said, "Baby, he's going to have to learn how to drive home. You have to let him." But it's weird, you know, because you're navigating through all these, you know, new moments. And so I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard on me, because like for me, I like it now. Like, it's weird being with him, like, you know, all the girls. It's cool hanging out with him now, because I know that I don't get much time now like we used to.
Yeah, it is different. I think, I'm thankful for the season. Like, I'm thankful that, you know, the girls are at their dream school and this, that, and they're doing well, and watching them kind of navigate through just the season that they're in. But it is interesting, like, just the season of them not needing you as much as they used to. Right. Is kind of hard.
And I think that's hard on moms especially, right? Because you've been there for them through so much. And so now they kind of make this shift. I mean, that's a tough. But I mean, I would just encourage you.
But okay, I will say this, because this is kind of sad. Okay, I will say this. It is sad to watch your kids kind of leave. But then the cool thing about it is now you have more time for yourself. So kind of rediscovering myself right now is kind of cool. So doing some things that I haven't done in a long time is the best part of it. And then also when you get feedback from your kids and saying, "Oh, okay, I see what you were trying to do. I see why you held us accountable like this. I see why, you know, you did this, or you said this or said that." So it is nice.
I think the thing too, you know, the older kid, I think the other thing that's interesting, right, that you would think that the older they get, the less they would need you. But I think one of the things we're discovering too, right, is that the older they get, the more they need you, because the decisions and the stuff they're dealing with is so much more challenging, right, with relationships and friendships and decisions they're making. So it's a different conversation.
And I'm thankful that they do talk to us. Right. And then I'm also thankful that they have some great mentors in their life that pour into them as well, and that they listen to. Right. So I'm thankful that they listen.
I think at the same time too, right, that I think the other thing about them growing up and managing that tension is that you don't have as much control as you used to have. Like, it felt like when you were younger, you could control. This is where you got to pray. Like, man, I remember when I dropped my baby off, man, I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks. I was just so stressed, and I was so worried, because we had just dropped off her car, and I was like, man, what happened to the car? What happened if she has this? What happened to that? And I couldn't sleep. I was just so stressed, and I was so worried, because I just was worried, man. I was like, man, she 12 hours away. And it really, you know, because you lose control, the older they get, I think I had to really learn to pray. I had to I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to say, you know, God, she yours, right? I can't, you know, she in your hands. Lead her, guide her. They're gonna make some great decisions. They're gonna make some very poor decisions. But through it all, we all made it through those years, right? We all have the scars and the celebrations for the time we made it through it, and know that God is using all of that. Because I think sometimes you want to protect your kids. You don't want them to have to go through certain things. But the truth of the matter, they got to go through those things to get to where God wants them to go. The same way we had to go through what we went through to get to where we were. So I've had to wrestle through that whole, let control thing go so they can.
Yeah, I realized a long time ago. You'll realize this as a parent. You cannot control anything. I mean, all three of our kids are completely different. They're all pursuing things that, yeah. So I think once you let that go, you're fine. And then I think you really do have to trust and put your faith in God. Yeah. And I think that's why we're able to let them go. I remember when we were telling people like where they were going to school, or no matter what season of their life, they'd be like, "Oh, are you sure?" I'm like, you know what? Yes, it's gonna be okay. Yeah. So watch, like if watch who you share things with.
Yeah.
Watch who you share things with, because not everybody's gonna give you that advice. Because there's some people who are gloom and doom, and then there's some people who are going to celebrate and they're going to pray you through and be so excited for you. I recently had a friend, they got this news about, I won't tell their business, but they just got this news and it could have been taken negative or it could have been taken positive. I chose the positive. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be amazing. You're going to be fabulous at this. And I can't wait to, celebrate you and help you. And it was interesting. Months later, the person said, I knew that I just valued what you said to me initially because I was terrified and I did not know how this was going to happen, how this was going to end up. But just your encouragement and just your prayer, that got me through. And I feel like we need to take that angle instead of, no, it's going to be hard.
Right.
You have a friend whose kid's going off to school or they're starting preschool and like, did you hear about the daycare with the kid? No, don't do that. Talk about the positive and how you're going to support them and cheer them on.
That's right. Man, thank y'all so much for watching Made to Last. Another episode. Make sure you like, share, comment. Hey, keep the conversation going in the comments. Let's talk about like how you dealing with the transition with your kids, right? How are you walking through that? What are you learning? What are you discovering?
From daycare.
From daycare, elementary school, all the good things, every season. Thank you again for watching Made to Last.